putting into the pads, but umpire did not agree that it was hitting the stumps. No damage done. Ian Chauhan behind the wicket, skipper, wicketkeeper, doing great to keep the ball in play. And actually, it was still again a wide, a lot of movement seen, which is probably unsettling the bowler a bit. A great grab behind the stumps. That's a full ball on the leg stump, hitting the pads, but clearly missing the leg stump. The ball trickling down towards the fine leg area, and a single, leg buys, as signaled by the umpire. There's still a ball to go in this over. It's been a long one, the long first over. Kunal Jain taking the first strike in this game. Solidly played defense, and that's the end of this rather long over. At the end of the first over, 6 without loss. Victoria. I think it's going to be honest, right? Yeah. What's his full name, honest? No. So as per the rules of power play, the first 6 overs, they need to have they can only have 2 fielders outside at the closing circle. Honest, who was quite brisk yesterday in the first game. He did go for a few runs, but certainly generated some serious space. So he's going to start the action from the far end, the second over of the innings. And he's going to bowl to Kiran. Or is it Kunal? Kiran is the left-hander?
Yeah, that guy over there. I don't see his number.
Number 8 is the batter. Okay. Yeah, Kunal. And right off the bat, he is on the money. He did start a little wayward with the white. No problem. That's played well over the closing field. There's one fielder boundary rider on the deep cover boundary. He comes around and fields the ball. A couple of runs there for Victoria, so that was an aggressive shot. Yesterday, they could not just they could not get their momentum going while chasing the mammoth score of 208. So today the batters would be keen to get on with the game, put some momentum in the power play. Once again, the intent is there as Kunal tried to play that on the leg side, but straight to the fielder. The shot finally.
Hello.
Bottled up the batsman, bowling on the leg into the body, and Kieran Parferi just about pushing the ball towards the leg for a quick single. And that's an expansive shot played there by Kunal. Tried to hit it over the bowler. It's got the outside edge. It was up in the air, but it went down to the third man.
12 at the end of two.
And no damage done, just a single to end the second over. It's 12 without loss. Kieran Parferi is yet to open his account. And Kunal is batting on 4. And we have 8 extras. So Atif to continue his second from the pavilion end. And it's going to be Kunal on strike. There's one slip.
Okay, I'll check.
That came into the batsman, but it came in a little too much. Missing the leg stump, no harm done. The batter, although it hit the pads, no harm done. The two deep fielders out here are one is in the deep square leg boundary, and the other is in the third man boundary. So clearly, the bowlers expecting some bounce here. It was a bit of a nothing shot there. It's been a bit of a pattern with all the games so far in this wicket. The new ball does a lot initially, and that sometimes can result in a few additional extras. Well, that kind of dries up as the innings grows. This time it was a far fuller game, dug out very well by Kunal, and that goes towards the cover point area as the fielder chases. The umpire is asking the fielder out there if that crossed the boundary line. No signal given, so just a couple of runs there.
That's a boundary. Yeah, I'm passing a boundary.
Now it's been signaled the boundary, so the first boundary of the innings comes up, the first four. And there comes the first effort ball there. We've said that this wicket has a lot to offer if with the bowlers willing to bend the back. And this time an effort ball from Atif, clearly missing everyone. And
One about the front of that top. Yeah.
wide thought.
Wide, yeah.
And that was called wide quite rightly.
And one about the
Oh, that was right in the slot. Nobody there in the leg side. Deep fielding, and the ball just crosses the boundary line on one bounce. Fantastic shot, fantastic intent compared to what it was yesterday. Victoria showing tremendous intent, and especially Kunal. He's taking the attack to the opposition. 2 boundaries in this over, and the score motoring along to 21 without loss, and still a couple of balls to go in this over.
You are able to see the score there.
Yes. इतना मैथ्स अच्छा नहीं है मेरा इतना मैथ्स अच्छा नहीं है रियल टाइम पर याद रखूँ. Oh, this time it's played over the bowler into the V as 2 fielders giving it a chase, and the batsmen cross over for 2 runs. And this has been a very productive over, and Kunal certainly has set his eyes on playing some attacking shots, capitalizing the gaps behind the fielders, and capitalizing this closing field of the power play.
Run, don't stand there.
A bit of a premeditated hike out there after 3 very attacking shots. This was slightly pulled back as a length by the bowler, and the shot was a nothing one. And that's the end of the third over, 23 without loss. Kiran is yet to open his account. Kunal is on 14. Atif has 2 overs for 16 runs, while Honest Zavira, he's ready for his second. He's given 5 from his first. Attacking bowling there by Honest again, not giving much room to the batter. That was bowled into the body at a slightly unplayable bounce, and Kiran has been playing very cautiously so far. It's not as sunny as yesterday, but it's a nice breeze blowing across the ground. The temperature is slightly cooler. Again, an ideal day setting for cricket. Yeah, I know. It's cold.
This is perfect.
I know. A quick single to the behind the stumps. The fine leg fielder comes and cleans it up. That's the first run for Kiran. Victorious in 24 without loss. South Africa? Kiran Porphyry. Nice. That's a pacey ball, but missing the leg stump. Aptly called wide out there. Honest Javiro again generating quite a serious pace, which he's known for. He's quite brisk. And the wicket helps this kind of pace here. It's a pretty true wicket out here. That's an outside edge, and that evaded the slip fielder, the outstretched arms of the slip fielder, and raced outside boundary. Kunal has been taking his chances, and those are coming off. Yet again, one more boundary. It's not too far away from the fielder in the slips. And that's a fantastic shot. Middle from the middle, and that was going just one way. The first 6 coming of the game. That was from the time it hit the bat was so pure. The sound of the bat was absolutely music. Picked it up from the leg stump and deposited over the square leg fence. 6. The first big one coming, and it has to be coming from Kunal's bat. Once again, this time slightly short of length, picked it up. It's up in the air. The square leg fielder chasing, stops it just inside the fence. 2 quick runs taken. Another productive over there. After 4 overs, it's 37 without loss. Kunal has raced along to 26 in 19 balls. On the other end, Kiran Porphyry, he hasn't got too much of strike, just 5 balls so far. And he's playing on a solitary run. So on his Zivara's 2 overs, 19 runs. That second over costing him 14. And that brings the first change of bowler for Thunderbolts. And we did see yesterday that spinners had a great impact on the game in not just arresting the run rate, but also picking up wickets. The first change comes up as Sujit Nair starting for Thunderbolts from the pavilion end. Nayak. Sujit Nayak, I beg your pardon. It's always a little. The spinners, it causes a little bit of difficulty when the spinners come in because the ball tends to be a little slower than the batsman, than what the batsman is expecting. So be curious to see how that happens. Now does Sujit go out here? Right on the money. Starts well into the stumps. He's quite a tall character, and he obviously has the advantage of height. Yeah, and once again, slightly overpitched, and Kiran trying to give it a bit of a push there, and he gets a single, not much coming out of that shot. So did they camouflage yesterday? did not disclose their complete.
State must have come under pressure with 200. I think one of the things is also we had Fish got 2 balls in the first.
Oh yeah.
Pretty much both of them.
So that kind of finished them there.
You see, the 2 batters were bowled in first.
Yes.
That makes a huge difference.
Correct.
And we will have the breakthrough now, right? So that's the point. Very quick and very good.
This time pulling it back a little and immediately getting some spin there. Ross batsman beaten there a bit. Immediately we can see this Kunal, who's been on an attacking mood, being a little cautious and careful. That's the end of the over. 38 without loss.
5 over 38. 1 run only.
So at the end of 5, it's 38. The rate is just below 4, just below 8. Kunal is on 26. Kiran is on 2. And Sujit Naik at the first over, just 1 run.
You're very good at what you do there.
Oh, no. Basically, I talk too much. I talk too much. I'm trying to use it in.
For me. Keep talking.
Next bowler. Next bowler.
It helps to have a nice soothing voice too.
Rahul Lamma. Nikal raha hai.
My wife says you talk too much. Go and do something constructive with it, and get away from home. So I'm here.
Well, tell her she made a good decision.
I know she has. Oh, thank you. So appreciate you being here.
Total pleasure. I'll be back for the next one, whenever that is.
Oh, we'd love to
This
have
is
you
the
here.
clumsiest chair for me. Here we go.
I love the way you're all prepared for events, right?
Yeah, the back part of my car has oh, thank you, has golf clubs,
Uh-huh.
golf tournaments, and all sorts of fun stuff this summer. Oh, these guys are better ready for this.
Who's the bowler?
Rahul Lamma.
Rahul Nama.
Tomorrow I'm golfing.
Where do you go? Going classic.
Yeah.
Did you make it there?
No. Yeah. Not even in my age bracket.
No, I mean to watch.
No, I'm gonna go up there and watch too.
That was a little Rahul Nama, who is the new bowler.
Yeah, I think.
The second bowling change, and Seattle Thunderbolts immediately pulling the run rate back this time. And Rahul, we've been speaking about him yesterday. He's so deceptive in everything that he does. So that was an almost, he induced a caught behind. There was a tiny chance in there.
Good. You want to go? Nice to see you.
See ya, Mom.
Oh, that's a bit of a bounce there, and that's another one thing that we'd seen yesterday. The spinners. And there's a variance of pace, line, and bounce. This- And that was slightly away from the batter, called wide. His runs have kind of dried up here. At this time, played in the air in the closing side, the cover fielder was slightly deep. Rahul Nama. Almost every ball is an incident. This time, left. There's slight variations in every ball. That's just keeping the batsman guessing at this moment. Nobody's able to get under the ball. And that's the end of the over again. 6 overs gone. The power play is down 40 without loss. This last 2 overs just yielding 3 runs. After 37 that came in the first 4, the run rates dropped down to almost 6.5 now. Like we mentioned, the spinners have a lot to gain from this wicket if they are able to utilize all their variations. And the local team has really figured out how to use the conditions here. But the good part for Victoria is they haven't yet lost a wicket.
कुछ तो बीप हो रहा है इधर फटेगा तो नहीं ना
आप सेफ है सर, don't worry.
So it's a push into the leg side, and Kieran gets a single.
कल उतना मेहनत से पूरा कवर लगाया एक भी बॉल नहीं जा रहा उधर
इसमें क्या क्या लगा हुआ है?
क्या मालूम क्या क्या लगा हुआ सब कुछ इसमें ही है
Once again, the ball sort of sitting up and giving a little bit of room to Kunal to adjust his shot, and he pushes it to the fielder. The field is now spread, so there is some singles in offer.
There's something beeping out here
I know. वो डिस्कनेक्ट होगा क्या?